Grindelwald being wrongfully cleared of heinous crimes and then running for high office seems a lot more plausible now, huh?
It does. And also, if I had a nickel for every time Mally assigned us a movie this season that has a January 6th style insurrection, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
And I'm Dustin Goes to Hollywood, and our war with J.K. Rowling begins today. And this is the Silver Linings Playlist, a podcast that tries to find the silver lining in election interferences.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Can you smell it? The stench of 3 white dudes with a podcast?
Well, I can smell 4 of us at least because JT's also here. Hello, JT.
Hi, JT.
Hello. Hey.
You know I don't really count him.
He's a beast. He's one of our fantastical beasts.
Try to find me.
He's our chillin'. I mean, if we're being honest.
Try and find me. Oh, God damn it. This is the Silver Linings Playlist.
Mm-hmm.
We're a podcast that watch movies that don't have happily ever after endings or just is not fun.
Did you say happily?
Happily ever after endings.
Which sounds like a made up dumb word from this movie.
And also movies that are just fucking bummers for their entire 2-hour runtime.
Yeah.
We're talking Fantastic Beasts #3, The Secrets of Dumbledore. What are those secrets? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out when we discuss this episode. But,
doubt it.
In order to do that, we had to bring on someone else because I don't think we can do this alone. There's so much going on that I don't understand. I need someone with some expertise to come on. So please welcome, returning to the show. I think this may be the 5th time, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
I could be wrong.
It could be 4th or 5th. I'm not sure. But our war with J.K. Rowling started in 2020 when we did the second movie.
You're absolutely correct. I should have said the battle begins today. The war has already started.
That's true.
We're boots on the ground this time.
I recently listened to that episode again, and I still couldn't tell you what happened in that movie. I have literally no idea. And I was like, oh, I guess maybe that'll help for watching this movie. Not at all.
I was going to say, I hope you can help us with this one, but please welcome back Jennie Lee. Jennie, I have no idea what the fuck is happening in this movie.
He's gay.
Oh, I got that. I got.
He gay.
We got stupid, sexy Dumbledore.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We got stupid, sexy wizard Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid, sexy Flanders.
And then other stuff's happening.
Yeah. We so this was a real bummer because I have to throw out a bona fide up top because I was not on the previous Fantastic Beasts episode, and I'm okay with that. But
yeah, I was gonna say you didn't miss much.
I didn't miss much, but I did want to throw out that I used to absolutely love this universe. It was something that I really cared about. It was something that my sister and I bonded over, even when we were younger and did not get along. And it has been such a wild experience, one, watching these movies come out and become progressively worse and more nonsensical, but also watching J.K. Rowling in real time just rip up her legacy and throw it all away in pursuit of being an absolute garbage human being.
Yeah.
No, I fully agree. I was there opening night on Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Me too.
And I was super, and someone who never read the books, I was super invested in this world.
Yeah.
And then when that first Fantastic Beasts movie came out, I was like, oh, well, I don't care about this anymore.
Oh, I still did.
Well, I think we talked about it on the last episode that it makes no sense to make movies out of this book.
No.
It's a fake book in universe. If you're going to use a fake book in universe, use Hogwarts a history.
Thank you.
Because Hogwarts is the interesting thing in this world. Again, zoo books, not the thing you're going to make the show about, especially because as good as Eddie Redmayne is in this, he's not it's not Steve Irwin. If this were Steve Irwin, but Wizarding World, that'd be fun as hell. That's not what's happening here. And to this, watching this today, I have no idea why Newt is dealing with politics. He's Steve Irwin.
It's because they wrote themselves into a corner by trying to make a Fantastic Beasts franchise that progressively can't have anything to do. I mean, the ending of this movie is, man, I can't wait to see what Dumbledore does next. Fuck Newt Scamander.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the problem with this franchise.
I truly don't get it.
The problem is it got co-opted by Nazis, which happens a lot in the real world and seemingly in the wizarding world too.
Yeah.
Because Newt should be out there like Jurassic Park or something, just like discovering the wonders of these creatures and taming them.
Mhm.
He's Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
It's like if you watched Pokemon and it was about like the political system of Vermilion City. Like, nobody cares. That's not the interesting thing in Harry Potter.
This is like if Ash Ketchum, like the first movie, went out, caught a bunch of Pokemon or whatever. In the second movie, Giovanni recruited the rest of Team Rocket and they stormed the Indigo
capital.
League and they installed themselves.
Yeah.
This is the final boss.
It's funny you mentioned Pokemon because the whole plot of this movie is Dumbledore used confusion. It was highly effective.
Essentially.
Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Oh, I think screenwriter used confusion.
Yeah, I've never seen a movie that up top was like, by the way, this won't make much sense, but it's on purpose, y'all. Don't worry.
It is such horseshit that this movie is like, look, the only plan is to not have a plan.
They try to do like an Ocean's 11 type heist thing, and it does not make any fucking sense.
And piggybacking off the Pokemon thing, like that was the thing that really struck me watching that first one was, wow, what are two things that are popular with kids? Pokemon and Doctor Who, specifically the Matt Smith version. And like they like the producers asked Matt Smith to play Newt Scamander and he turned it down and they were like,
No, they didn't.
that's not true?
No, I don't know. I'm saying like that's crazy.
She's saying out of disbelief.
Oh, okay.
That's out of disbelief. That's crazy.
I have read it on a few occasions. I don't know if it's entirely true, but it seems to be the case, especially because then
I
they
100% believe it.
well, because they dress him like Matt Smith,
Yes.
and he kind of is doing a Matt Smith impression in that first one, especially.
We're also now reaching the, like, we've got all the British actors in this universe.
Right.
I mean, we're catching them all like Pokemon. Like,
And he has a suitcase that's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
Damn.
No, I don't know how you make a franchise about wizards and mythical creatures and even pre-World War I alternate history and make it so boring.
Pre-World War II.
You're right.
This is all the shit I like put into a boring stew.
Yeah.
I have a question that I asked the last time in the last movie.
Mhm.
Who's the main character?
Oh. It's a great question. Nathan
Yeah.
almost spit up his wine.
Who's the main character?
The title would have you believe it's either a beast or Dumbledore, but I disagree with both.
Or the secrets.
Or the secrets.
No, the Secrets is the main character.
I don't know, Jenny. I don't know who the main character. I mean,
Who's the main character? Who are we watching? Who are we supposed to be like, yeah, I care about what's happening here. I also did not thank God Jessica Williams was here for the recap because I was like, what the fuck is happening? Who are these people? I forgot.
No, that was cracking me up because it's a full 30 minutes of just things happening and then 10 minutes in which two different characters deliver monologues recapping the previous movies.
Yeah.
this movie's just spinning its wheels. And also, I think what happened is Newt's full name is actually neutered because he is not even in his own fucking franchise anymore.
No.
And it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? There's two creatures in this movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
And he's literally like the errand boy, right?
Yeah.
Like he shows up and he's just like, well, Dumbledore told me to talk to you, so.
He's autistic Steve Irwin. Like, I don't know.
He is.
It's not much going on anymore.
Second question.
Yeah.
Who's this movie for?
Great question.
I don't know, man.
Who's this movie for?
I thought it was for children.
But I don't think so, because I
No.
don't think kids care about geopolitical conflict.
The Phantom Menace would beg to differ.
You normally don't see a melted corpse thrown against a wall in a children's movie either.
You do in cool ones, I'll say that.
That's true. Temple of Doom, baby.
I was
There you
going to
go.
say, this movie is so dim and dark. I think I've seen more color in Schindler's List. Like, there is nothing.
Jesus.
This is supposed to be the wizarding world.
Yeah.
Everything's magical and whimsical.
We had the same discussion last time. There's color, just a blue and gray color palette.
Lots of grays.
My notes for this book throughout are just like, I have no idea what's happening. But then also periodically, beautiful production design
Yeah.
and really cool costumes.
Production design is stellar.
And the coolest fucking VFX.
Yeah.
Like when 30 minutes in, actually even before that, like the chase in the jungle after the magic deer gets born.
Mhm.
That's really cool looking. The camera work is amazing. It looks like a video game.
It's so dark that it's so hard to appreciate too.
Yeah.
Like, and also just again, like I'm gonna try not to be the in the books the whole time, but like the most
because you can't.
I-
By the way.
Good, because I got that one locked down,
Thank
Nathan.
you,
Don't even
thank
worry
you.
about it, bud.
Don't worry, Nathan. This makes no sense when when you think about the books.
Oh no, and that's why it makes even less sense that J.K. Rowling wrote this, because she's not even following her own rules.
The mold has corrupted her brain.
That's
so now
true.
she can't write anymore.
But I felt truly like I heard myself out loud say to my fiance, it's just the fundamental plot of Harry Potter is based off of nobody being able to deflect the killing curse, and that happens in this movie.
Yes.
Repeatedly.
Like that saves the day.
It does.
They deflect it by like trying to stab each other, which I don't like. How the fuck do wands work? Because when one of them is fighting, oh god, I kept forgetting his name. I kept calling him Clearance, but it's Credence. Like when they're fighting
Credence Clearwater.
Yeah.
Is it Dumbledore's fighting Credence? Yeah, I was like Credence. I'm like, they keep trying to stab each other with the wands. And I'm like, why are you slashing at each other like it's a knife?
Now that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool as shit if someone stabbed somebody.
That's what I mean. What are you doing? Like,
Oh, wait. When they're fighting in the mirror dimension?
oh my god.
And they go into Doctor Strange world.
Yeah.
We're in real trouble if the two experts that I thought would be able to guide us through this thing are also just as confused as we are. We're going to have a hard time.
The third act of this movie takes place in the Phantom Zone.
Going back to the dodging the killing curse, the mama deer gets hit with 2 killing curses and
Twice.
doesn't die immediately.
Well, eventually.
Yeah, you can't kill the spirit.
That was so weird.
Makes no sense.
Before we get into the info dump, I do want to just point out something here. We're going to be breaking off a new hundo next episode.
Yeah.
And this is twice now. Mally picked episode 99, and now we're picking episode 199. So I thought that was a nice little symmetry.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What was episode 99?
Super.
Oh, okay.
James Gunn Super.
Better movie.
Oh, yeah. Easily better movie.
Controversial statement.
Let's get into the info dump. So if you needed a refresher, don't worry. I would forgive you if you forgot that the year was 2022 when this movie dropped.
Uh-huh.
The director was David Yates. Boy, the paint has peeled away, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The movie stars Eddie Redmayne, Jude Law, Mads Mikkelsen, Ezra Miller, Dan Fogler, Alison Sudol, Colin Turner, Jessica Williams, and Catherine Watterson. Barely.
Yeah.
Right.
Cast is fucking stacked,
Sure.
I gotta say. Like, the cast is way too good for this movie.
I agree.
And Nagini, nowhere to be seen in this one.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Who? I don't know who you're talking about. The budget was $200 million. It only grossed $407 million worldwide, making it the lowest grossing film from either the Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts franchise.
That's still too much money.
It is too much.
It's still fucked up.
The first one made $1 billion.
Mhm.
The second one then made 600.
No, I just like insane.
It's so wild.
And it currently
Diminishing returns.
sits at a 46% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Too
high.
Too high.
Too high.
Who are those people who like it?
So I got a question.
Yeah.
What do you think is the more boring of a franchise sequel that has made $1 billion?
Mm.
Is it, well, let's say Fantastic Beasts 1 that made $1 billion,
Uh-huh.
or Jurassic World? Which one's the more boring movie?
Oh, man.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts.
Really?
Yeah, I literally just watched Jurassic World last week and I was like, they're dinosaurs. This is fun.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that question. I meant to say Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Oh.
Oh, Fallen Kingdom, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think I'd rather watch Fantastic Beasts 1, I think, than Jurassic.
No, yeah, I can't.
That first one is at least enough of a Spielberg pastiche.
Sure.
Whereas like Fantastic Beasts 1 is just like, hey, you guys remember we used to have Alfonso Cuarón directing these movies?
Like, at least this one has Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh,
like,
thank God.
it's got that going for it.
No, everyone, again, like the last movie I said this, like it's, the actors are doing the best with what they are given.
Yeah.
And what they are given is bad writing, but like beautiful costumes.
I do think he seems a little bored in this.
Jude Law and Mads Mikkelsen, though, in these movies, it's like McAvoy and Fassbender in the X-Men films.
Yep.
Oh, sure.
Like, they're killing it. The movies are fucking terrible. Also, Dan Fogler, Folger, whatever the fuck his name is, doing work.
Yeah.
He's great.
I have interviewed that man.
Yeah?
Very strange cat. Like,
Yeah, I believe it. Also, little Hannibal reunion there.
yeah.
Can I make maybe a hot take statement here? Which
Sure.
is,
You? Shocking.
I think Mads Mikkelsen is good in this movie, but like you, Nathan, I think he also could not give a shit less about this material.
No.
I think part of it is that he was hired 3 days after Johnny Depp was fired. I
Sure.
don't think he had any prep time.
Yeah.
I do love that they never acknowledged the actor change. I love that Grindelwald doesn't look like the, vacuum sealed version of the snow miser from Year Without a Santa Claus anymore.
Yeah. Oh no, the whole like him running for office plot doesn't work if it's Johnny Depp's Grindelwald. Like
No,
no one's voting for that guy.
I mean, truly, just look at him. Do not vote
Just
for this
look at
man.
him.
No, I think like he's such a good actor that he doesn't even have to try.
Right.
And he is probably, if not the best actor in the movie. I think Jude Law is actually really good.
I
when
think so,
he
too.
is-
He's great.
Jude Law's doing a lot. My only thing about them together in the movie is
It's
like,
too sexy.
no, they have no chemistry with each other. And
Oh,
it's like,
disagree, Jenny.
Disagree.
Disagree.
it's just so great. Like, my first note is like, Dad's got a date with a Hitler. Like, what the fuck is
It
this?
is.
Like, this, like, because I was in love with you.
It's written so chastely because obviously they have to edit all this shit out for international markets.
Yeah.
That's all edited out for China.
That opening scene is fucking, it's hot and then it's upsetting.
You mean when Dumbledore sits down and does the stir that makes your boyfriend appear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we actually get too far into the weeds of the movie, let's revisit the trailer and
Uh-huh.
see. Because I didn't even bother with this trailer when it came out.
I don't know what the who knows?
This trailer was forced upon me for like 6 months every time I went to the fucking movie theater.
Well, it's about to be forced on you right now. Let's go.
It's the Argyle trailer instead.
Listen carefully enough.
Was that?
Whispers
These
to
people are in the movie.
It's like the Marvels trailer that's clips from Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, you remember this?
That would be my brother.
Gorgeous
The world as
production
we know
design.
is coming
Mhm.
undone.
Yeah, they never miss on production design and art direction.
Grindelwald's pulling it apart with hate. If we're to defeat him, you'll have to trust me.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
Show the Niffler.
Release the Niffler.
I would like to see the baby.
A magizoologist, his indispensable assistant.
But yeah, Bunty, everyone's favorite character.
I couldn't tell you any of these characters' names.
Nope.
Not a single one.
I've got Wikipedia open right now to tell me.
Muggle.
Dumbledore asked that I give you something, Jacob.
This train car looked so cool, though.
Yeah.
Kidding me right now?
Don't give him the
What about
stick.
Godchances?
I will say, when they give him the wand and he takes a pan out of his pocket,
Yeah.
that gag gets me. That's a good bit.
Oh, he's doing really great work.
Yeah.
Things are
Ugh.
not quite what they appear.
This is so fucking stupid.
God damn. Yeah.
That 30-minute segment of the movie that serves no purpose.
God.
Where you're cutting between the white supremacists and him being goofy with some scorpions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonally so consistent.
Newt and his scary scrimps. Nobody casts spells in this movie. They
No.
just wands are ray guns in this movie. It drives me insane.
This all looks cool.
It does.
Like, this looks really cool.
Well, yeah, because Ezra Miller and Jude Law have a Kryptonian fight in the middle of the street.
Yeah. What the fuck was that thing?
That's his little stick buddy.
No, the bird that was like a hot air balloon and then it turned into a dragon.
Oh, right, yes.
We are barely there.
Very dangerous.
This
It's very
is
powerful.
such
You got
false
it all.
advertising.
Yeah.
I'm so
sure.
mad.
Where did you get it?
Look out for Christmas.
So here's my problem.
Yeah.
The Hogwarts scene we just saw is like over an hour and a half into the movie.
Yeah.
The only time we're there.
Yeah.
We just saw the whole scene.
Well, this whole time, every time they cut to Hogwarts, I'm like, oh, I guess this is like summer break, like nothing's happening. And then we cut to this. Oh no, it's just fully in session. I'm like, well, where the fuck?
There's students here. Minerva McGonagall's teaching 30 years before she was born.
I
Thank
know,
you.
what the
That
fuck
makes
is
no
going on?
fucking sense.
But I also am very confused about the timeline of this because
Oh, God.
okay.
my understanding is this is right before World War II.
Yes.
So like 1933, 34-ish.
Yeah.
But when I looked online, because I was like, I can't be right. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I look at like the official timeline of Harry Potter. It says the first Fantastic Beasts movie was 1926.
Yeah.
The second is 1927. This one is 1937. Again, does not make any fucking sense.
It took 10 years for Grindelwald to get freed of all his crimes.
But that also doesn't make any sense because Jessica Williams says to Jacob, she's like, 6 months ago, you went and blah, 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 you met Newt. And I'm like, what do you mean 6 months ago?
Yeah.
And if it was just 6 months ago, then that would mean that everything that we saw in the last movie happened within weeks, and yet Newt's brother seems perfectly fine that his fiance was murdered in the last movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all. I'm gonna be honest with you.
She killed Zoe Kravitz.
Nathan, don't you have the Wikipedia pulled up?
I do.
I think the Wikipedia literally starts with 5 years after Crimes of Grindelwald.
It does.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, no, none of it makes any sense. And then on top of that, it's always just very funny to me. Like, as this movie went along, I was like, so the wizards had their own Hitler happening at the same time as actual Hitler, which is very funny to me.
What a coincidence.
I don't know if you listened to the last episode, but it drove me even more insane this time where I'm like, Queenie, why are you in Europe? You're Jewish. Like, what are you doing? Get out of that. Like, get out of there.
Run.
Why are you all in Germany? You are in Germany. You shouldn't be there.
I can't make heads nor tails of Queenie in this movie.
I got so fucking tired of hearing the word Queenie.
Yeah.
Like uttered under people's breaths.
Hey, Queenie?
Queenie?
It's like, God fucking damn.
Queenie?
Queenie?
And I gotta say,
Queenie?
it's almost like
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling is a bad writer. I know it's crazy. I know it's a crazy thing to put forth.
Hold on. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh.
What are the other books like? Oh, God. Like, ugh.
Well, see, what happened is she went to the Baker residence and the mold infected her brain.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes, of
Evidenced
course,
by
of
her
course,
Twitter
of course.
profile. So,
There you go.
can I tell you my first two notes back to back?
Yeah.
Please.
Jude Law, Hubba Hubba.
Yes.
Mads Mikkelsen, Hubba Hubba. Like,
Yeah,
that's my
correct.
first two notes. And then my third note, which I think you'll appreciate, is the quote, "Let me see it." And I just wrote,
That's what I wrote. Grindelwald sits down and just goes, "Let me see it." And I was like, oh shit, this movie's going to be great.
I just wrote all caps, gay.
I wrote that. Oh my God, I wrote literally the same thing. I wrote gay.
And then my next note is, how dare they do good work here? Because they're so good in this scene.
This scene's immaculate. This is the best scene in the movie to me.
It is. It is.
It's all downhill from here.
When Jude Law says, "Because I was in love with you," I was like, oh,
My heart breaks.
Gay.
It was so good.
love it.
So if you haven't seen the movie, here's what I did. I did this for the first time in my notes.
DC, can you just shut up for a minute? Because you have that scene playing right now. And I'm trying to watch it.
I wrote down my thoughts in black.
Uh-huh.
And then in blue ink, I wrote down what was happening in the plot as best I could tell.
That's great.
Wait, you color coded your handwritten notes?
I did.
And then he wrote what Jesus said in red.
Yeah. I wrote that there was one set of footprints beside me the whole time.
Did you write all of your thoughts on Jude Law and Mads in glitter pen?
No, I should have. I should have got my gel pen.
While kicking your little feeties.
So the movie starts, if you haven't seen it, with Jude Law in this restaurant. And
Yeah.
he's got this thing that we come to know.
Oozing sex appeal.
Yeah. Oh, he looks hot in this movie. What is this thing called? A blood trough?
Blood pact.
Blood trough?
I think it is called a blood trough, right?
Which I'm so sorry. That is so violently heterosexual.
And it's also just like it looks like Ed Hardy jewelry, but then also like it's like we already have a thing like this in the mythology. We have an unbreakable vow, and you're just like, no, not metal enough. We gotta make it a necklace that strangles you.
Nathan, babe, you can't sell that merchandise.
You're
You
right,
can't
you're right.
sell an unbreakable vow.
You're telling me people don't want to go into Hot Topic and hold hands?
Maybe in the Hot Topic you and I grew up with, not today's Hot Topic.
Fair enough.
Dude, the whole plot of this movie revolves around something like the electing of like a wizard emperor that we've never heard about in any other book, movie, or media.
King Wizard.
The Supreme Mugwump is what he's called.
Yes, Mugwump.
The Grand Wizard. Got it.
The Grand Wizard.
I feel like they wrote that down in the first draft and somebody was like, JK, we can't be that direct.
JK, you can't do that.
But so the plot of the movie is Dumbledore and Grindelwald, who's now played by Mads Mikkelsen, they
Hell
have
yeah.
this blood pact where neither one of them can quote unquote move on the other or else it will kill them.
You know, until the end of the movie when they just ignore it.
Yep.
Or until the whole movie where
Yep.
they're carrying out Dumbledore's plan
Yep.
against Grindelwald.
Oh no, Nathan, he doesn't have a plan, don't you know? And that's the best plan.
He's like a dog chasing cars.
Yeah. He wouldn't know what to do with Grindelwald if he caught him.
I know.
I think
what
he
he's
knows.
doing.
Yeah, I think I know what he would.
He'd fuck him. He's gonna fuck him.
JK, he's gonna fuck him.
At the same time that this is happening,
Ooh, he's gonna put that wand somewhere.
Oh my god.
Grindelwald his plan is ripped directly out of current day headlines where I'm going to infiltrate this election. I'm going to rig it so I win. And then when I win, immediately within seconds of becoming this grand wizard, he's like, we're going to kill all these fucking muggles.
I'm gonna kill every person. He literally gets up in front of everyone and goes, I did everything right and they indicted me.
Yep.
That's the speech he gives.
And also his proud wizard boys that are down there in the crowds. It's so fucking funny because like he wins this election, because we're jumping right to the end because that's the most important part.
Sure.
He wins this election. They all go, yay, we're going to kill all the normies. And then as soon as it's proven that he cheated, everyone's like, yay, we're going to now elect the good person.
Yeah.
And then all those people just kind of fade into the crowd.
Yep.
No one gives a shit that they were just cheering on genocide.
Yep.
That's what I said. I was like, what's the point? I was like, okay, but like, much like the real world, just him getting not elected anymore does not make those people go away.
Nope.
Like,
Oh, in this movie it does.
What the fuck is going to happen to That's the magic.
Yeah, in this movie, they suddenly get quiet instead of all becoming YouTubers.
That's why this movie is considered fantasy.
You know what? That's the magic that when you watch Harry Potter and you want magic and wonder, that's the magic and wonder.
Yeah.
No, they all become John Kerrys. They all immediately flip-flopped. And now we're going to vote for the Brazilian woman. Yay.
Oh my God.
It's so fucking stupid.
And we should say this election is decided by the little deer that Noah kills at the beginning of Noah.
That's the funniest fucking thing about this movie. It is not decided by this thing. All it is, it's a fucking endorsement.
Yeah.
It's all like, we're going to say who's the most pure, and then everyone votes for who they want to vote for. So this whole fucking thing is meaningless.
And in fact, it picks Dumbledore, and Dumbledore's like, nah, little deer.
Which makes no fucking sense.
It
like,
should be
Jacob.
It should be Jacob.
It should be Jacob. That's the whole point of the movie, is building up to that, and then they just don't do it.
Dumbledore, a man who confesses to his sister's murder in this movie, is pure of heart.
Yes.
His sister's murder because he's having a argument with his gay lover.
Yeah.
Don't you know the lesson to be learned?
Ugh.
Gay bad.
For two reasons, it should be Jacob. Number one, they say constantly throughout the movie, you have such a pure heart. You're such a
God, you're such a great guy, Jacob. I love your pastries.
Hey, I'm baking here.
Oh my God.
The second thing is, it would be such a fuck you to Grindelwald if a muggle was chosen by this thing. But also, I feel like that's JK being like, well, I can't fucking have that happen. Dumbledore's the one.
That's the wild thing about JK is in the
That's the secret.
That's the wild thing about JK.
Well, one of the many wild things about JK is in the last few years, every time she gives an interview about those books, she sort of reveals that like the things we thought of as themes in her work were unintentional.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Like, to her, Harry Potter truly is a story about a rich boy who's better than everyone else.
But also, she's such a fucking hack. This is just a deer.
Yeah.
This thing is a fucking deer. It's a fawn. And they're like, wow, isn't that a it's got scales on it. This is what children do.
I kept thinking they were saying chitlins.
They could buy two animals. What if a deer had scales? Done. We'll call it Control S. We did it.
Which was in Noah.
Which was in Noah. You're absolutely correct. Well, we're coming full circle with this season.
Crossover, baby.
Like, we know he's Wizard Hitler, but this deer says he's cool, so it's probably fine.
So what's this deal where Dumbledore can take people into the astral plane?
Man,
Introduced for the movie, right?
You know, they make the same mistakes.
that's the same fucking lighter that can, like, take the light out of lamps.
The little street darkener thing?
And in Deathly Hallows, it leads Ron back to them. And
Yeah.
it can also apparently send you to the fucking mirror dimension. I'm so confused.
Like, yeah, he picks it up at one point, and I was like, oh, he's got the tube that sucks the street into it.
I don't know, man. I can't make heads or tails of this thing.
This makes the same mistake that like the Star Wars prequels do, which is that technology seems more advanced
Yeah.
Mhm.
before like the thing that we're all familiar with.
Yep.
Like I was like, even during the election when there seems to be a live camera feed to like all wizards everywhere of what's happening. And I mean,
that's so you can rip off shots from Citizen Kane and 1984.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, I know. And I'm just like, well, this doesn't come into play when like the Triwizard Tournament happens.
Right.
Yeah, because they're just staring at a fucking lake during that one.
Yeah, that is always the funniest thing to me about Goblet of Fire is everyone just looks at a lake for 4 hours to wait for the winner.
Yes. So I'm like, so what is this? When does this happen? Like, when did they lose the abilities?
Well, they do the Citizen Kane stuff, but it's also so you can justify Catherine Watterson's paycheck because you have to cut away to show her receiving that news.
Oh, they had her for one afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
She said, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Even Newt seems surprised she showed up for one scene at the end. He's like, oh, you're in this wedding too?
Newt seems surprised that she showed up for her, like, Nazi sister's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the crux of this movie is there's this magical creature, and then it's pronounced like 7 different ways in this movie, but it seems to be pronounced a Cheelin.
Cheelin.
And it's basically a deer, and its eyes can see into parts of the future, but not really, kind of.
And if you cut its throat, you get that power?
Yeah. Yeah. And it can see the purity of people, and whoever it bows down to at this election is endorsed by it as the most pure of hearts.
Yep.
And Grindelwald's like, well, I know what I got to do. I got to kill that thing, bring it back from the dead, and then make it say I'm pure.
Also, they just really gloss over necromancy. Like, what? Okay, we can do that?
Right. Well, they go because they go into a Lazarus pit and wake this thing up. And then not even that, DC. It is an antiquated ceremony that they do not do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we used to let the Chillin pick our leader. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, it feels like you're going to let it do it again. But like, why?
Right. And so Grindelwald has to engineer a series of circumstances in order to make everyone be like, I guess we should trot the Chillin out again.
Yeah. Well, 2 things to that. Number 1 is basically a groundhog. Like, did it see its shadow or not?
Right.
Ah, shit. 4 more years of Grindelwald.
The second thing is, technically the Cheelin is not wrong because it said, I said whoever is purest of heart. But what they didn't say in fine print, it's the most pure evil of heart.
Sure. Oh, true.
And that's exactly what this character is.
Well, the other thing that bothered me about this whole election storyline, which again, this is a 2.5-hour movie, so there's plenty of time we could have gone over this.
Sure.
Is that what do the other candidates stand for?
Yeah.
We don't, who cares? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
We know that Grindelwald, bad guy, but like, who the fuck are the other ones?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think they even get a line of dialogue. I don't think they get to speak.
No, they don't. They don't speak. And I'm just like, who are we rooting for?
Yeah.
What if like they're also evil?
I would vote for Santos because she has the best campaign slogan of all time. All of her followers roaming through the streets shouting, Santos, 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 Santos.
It's infectious.
It is.
She's got my vote.
Yeah.
She's got my vote.
But also, it could just be a thing of like, if I don't see anything at all and I just let this fucking Nazi just go off at the mouth, then I'll win by default because I won't have to have any kind of defense.
Apparently she won't.
So I think the biggest problem with this movie is that we still act like Newt is important at all. And I got to say, I don't give half a shit about this suitcase anymore. We got to stop acting like it's important. Nothing fucking makes sense. There's no rules to anything anyway.
Like, bro, we've seen luggage.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
I also find Eddie Redmayne to sometimes be one of the most obnoxious actors on the planet.
Yeah.
He's got a green screen and a tennis ball and a dream. That's it. Give him a break.
His character choices is, I'm just a little guy, basically, the whole fucking movie. And it's obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. So he's there at the birth of this thing, this Cheelin, and Ezra Miller and his crew show up. They kill the mom, kind of.
It takes them a few tries, but they get it eventually.
Yeah, they get there.
Like, how do you fuck up the killing curse twice?
That's that can-do British spirit.
Ezra Miller's not even British in this movie.
You're right. I keep forgetting.
They kill the baby. They run off with it. Turns out it actually had twins. So Eddie Redmayne takes the other one.
Twins.
And goes and sees Dumbledore.
He takes the one that's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Grindelwald gets Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
That's right. I love when Eddie Redmayne sits down next to this dying creature and says, you had twins. And I was like, yeah, she felt them come out.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to tell her.
She also doesn't speak English.
You know what? Just like a man to explain the birthing process to a wild animal.
Absolutely right, Jenny. But here's my question. So they go, he goes and meets, Eddie Redmayne goes and meets Dumbledore and what's this guy's name? Callum Turner, his brother.
Aberforth, who, again, throughout the entire Harry Potter franchise, we are led to believe that they have basically hated each other since the death of the sister, but in this movie, they're good buds.
Also, throughout the entire franchise, Dumbledore has said his brother is illiterate, and a major plot point in this movie is his brother getting mirror messages.
Yes. Which makes no sense because it's been established previously that you have to have both ends of the mirror and purposely put that other mirror somewhere to communicate. So how did the fuck the other half of Dumbledore's mirror end up in fucking Grindelwald's castle? God damn it, it makes no sense!
No, wait, no, I have an answer to that. I have an answer for that. It's that they didn't care.
Oh, okay.
They don't care.
I think that's Dustin's answer too.
Well, to be fair, in Deathly Hallows Part 2, they bring out the mirror shard, which has never been established in the movies.
Right.
It's in the books, but they never establish it in the 5th movie.
Yeah.
Because Sirius gives it to him.
Do you know why?
They don't care.
They don't care.
The funniest part about all this is I was talking about Eddie Redmayne's brother, but I'm glad we all went on this tirade.
Oh, okay, great.
Eddie Redmayne's brother is Theseus.
Yeah.
He's like a chief R, right? Like chief of police.
He's the chief of police.
Wait, isn't that the ship that all the pieces got replaced?
That's right.
Yeah.
ACAB includes Theseus.
My question is, because, Dumbledore shows what would happen if he tried to break this blood curse and it, like, wraps around his body, tries to kill him.
He's like, oh, I'm going to come.
What happens if
Dumbledore would love Jill Rips?
what happens if Mads Mikkelsen tries to turn on Dumbledore and Dumbledore has the blood troth around his neck?
Yeah, because it's like the necklace tries to kill him, but the pendant tries to run away. I'm so confused.
I don't know. It's almost like this movie doesn't make any sense. Who would have thought?
It doesn't matter.
Magnets, how do they work?
He's like, you see what happens? And I'm like, no, I don't understand what just happened, sir.
It tried to like scratch out the wall.
Yeah.
But for why?
Like, is it going to Grindelwald? Like,
that would make sense.
There's a door right over there, blood troth. You could just open it. Go that way.
And then every once in a while, there are great lines of dialogue. Like, I love the moment where he says, things that seem unimaginable today will seem inevitable tomorrow if
My
we don't
next
stop
note.
him. And I'm like, that is the world we are currently living in.
Yeah.
But it's also a very good line.
It's a great line, and Jude Law saying it with like the severity and weight that it deserves.
Yes.
It's like, oh, we're getting glimpses of greatness in this movie, and that's one of them.
This movie does not deserve his performance.
No, it does not. He is truly committed in this thing. And then, that we cut back to Grindelwald, and then at this point, I had forgotten that her name was Queenie, which you hear 7,000 times in this movie.
Queenie.
But I just wrote down, didn't this blonde girl a Nazi now? Like,
Yes!
become one in the last movie?
She sure did.
She's a Nazi. Why would we care about her?
It's fucking crazy.
And why does he still love her? Do you remember when she him in the last movie?
I
Oh
sure
my
do.
God, I forgot about that. Holy shit.
She Wonder Woman 1984's him, essentially.
Yeah. So why is he still like, oh, Queenie, I still love you, like blah, blah, blah. You can free her. No one is holding her hostage.
Oh, hang on.
Yes, Nathan?
Something very important just occurred to me. JT, what is your relationship with this series? Because JT has been saying, like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
I know. Okay, so I've been hearing all this information coming at me. It reminds me of like Fifth Element, where she just has all the like watching the screen of all the stuff playing, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You're getting like the Ludovico treatment from Clockwork Orange right now.
Yeah, I was like, did I watch the right movie?
Also, JT did reach out to me. He goes, it's like it's 6:00. I'm fucking tired. Which fucking movie am I watching? And I
That's
was like,
so funny.
the third one, man. He goes, good, because I would not want to watch the wrong one of these things.
Honestly, so like the first 30 minutes of this movie, I was trying to remember what happened in the other movies.
Yeah.
And after listening to y'all, I failed miserably because nothing comes to mind.
It's these things are. It is like somebody did like the thing at the beginning of Deathly Hallows Part 1 where fucking what's her face Hermione erases the parents' memory. Like I feel like that happens to me after I watch these movies. I instantly forget them.
Right.
But then we cut to Jacob.
Yes.
And he's running this bakery, and I don't like hearing because she gets accosted, quote unquote, this black woman outside his bakery.
Oh yeah, Lally. Yeah.
And this baker guy, I don't like when he comes out and says the phrase "you people" to this woman.
Oh, I know.
To this black woman. I know he's saying wizards, But in 1930s America, I don't like the phrasing.
We come to learn that they work together and this was all part of a ruse, which means this guy was pushing it because he had permission.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he was just like, oh, here's a thing I've always thought.
But then they take this and they're like, you're special because you wouldn't let this go, you know, without stepping in. And it's like, he's special because he won't let a woman get beat up.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's bare minimum. Be a person.
He also won't let his ex-girlfriend go and keeps harassing her.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say though, some of his baked goods look fantastic.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they say something like your bakery looks like a ghost town. And I was like, well, it looks like he's sold through everything. I think he's crushing it.
I think he's doing fine.
Yeah, like he appears to be dude, a bakery in like 1930s Brooklyn?
Crushing.
Killing it. Are you kidding me?
We have to talk about Jessica Williams' accent in this movie.
Oh my God.
Which one is that?
She talks like this the whole time. And it's like, I read a review. I can't get this out of my head. I read a review of the movie that says she sounds like...
Good. Say real good. Say...
she sounds like Aubrey Plaza as Janet Snakehole on Parks and Recreation. Which is like, Burt Macklin, you're an animal.
God.
You're good, kid. Real good. But as long as I'm around, you're always going to be second best. Say
Why don't you come up and see me sometime?
Dumbledore sent her to recruit Jacob in whatever this non-planned plan he has.
Yeah.
Leave the bakery. You coming with me.
The way she does it is she stages her getting mugged by some guys so he can come out and defend her.
Seems excessive.
It really does.
Dumbledore told you to go get the guy. Just go get him.
They literally can wave a wand and make him come with them. Like, I don't know why we bother with this shit. But man, I just feel like because he's supposed to be our eyes into this world, right? As a non-magical person, he should be the one that we're funneling things through.
Yeah.
And it just seems obnoxious. Everything seems fucking annoying from his perspective.
That was the thing, was in the first movie and in some of the second, like his function is to be the character that's like, oh, what's this stuff?
Yeah.
So that everyone can explain it to him. And in this one, he's over it. Like he shows up and he's like, yeah, Dumbledore gave me a wand. Not a big fucking deal.
there's no wonder anymore. It's like when we talked about Jurassic World, like there's no wonder seeing these dinosaurs anymore.
Yeah.
I also feel like if I were a muggle in this situation and I'm like watching all of this go down, wouldn't at some point he'd be like, you know what's so crazy? There's this guy Hitler who's doing the exact same thing in our world.
You're never going to believe it. I know you guys are dealing with your old version of Hitler.
Like, you're never going to believe it.
I'm not going to say they're the same person. I'm just going to say I've never seen them two in the same room.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. Like,
it's your cousin Marvin Hitler. You know that Third Reich you've been looking for? Well, listen to this.
Your cousin Merlin Hitler.
Damn, Nathan, that was good.
Man, when they say, one of these guys says, one of these guys says, Merlin's beard. I was like, is Merlin canon in this fucking universe?
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
yeah, they say that all the time.
Yes, no. In the books, Merlin's beard is like basically saying, oh shit.
Fuck me.
It's so fucking crazy. God damn. Oh boy. Okay. Anyways, so
which just opens the door to such like creative ways of cursing in the wizarding world.
Oh yeah. Merlin's taint.
Oh, Gandalf's tits. That was bad.
It also makes me ask a question like, did Merlin run into Optimus Prime at like Stonehenge or something? Did that also happen in this world?
Does that movie qualify for this show? Because I think we might have to sometime.
I don't think I've watched it. I
Okay.
don't think I could remember even if I did.
Listen, we can figure out a way to make it work.
I think J.K. Rowling hates Transformers too.
Well, it's got the word trans right in the name. That's why.
Yeah.
So they go to all places. They go to Germany.
Germany, while the Third Reich is in power at this time.
They're in the streets right now. And Dumbledore gets them all together and is like, listen, in order to defeat Grindelwald, we need to write a terrible fucking script where nothing makes sense.
Oh no, when it cut to Germany in this movie, my wife, who is German, went 1930. Oh no.
Yeah.
His wife.
His German wife. She did the math. Like it was just like, oh no.
Yeah, my asshole puckered up. I was like, boy.
His last name is Kowalski.
Oh yeah.
Why would you go there? He's Jewish. What the fuck is this?
So they go there to this thing in Germany, and basically all it is they're like, hey, you know that Grindelwald guy that killed a bunch of people and everything? Guess what? Totally free.
Fully pardoned.
He even
He
says,
did what the Tiger King could not.
I will say, the moment they show the guy who like forgave his crimes,
Yeah.
I was like, anyone who watched Dark was like, oh yeah, no, this guy's gonna fucking suck this whole movie.
Oh,
my God,
yeah.
that's true.
That guy just looks evil.
My notes for that part, it says all voices deserve to be heard. I was like, I
Ooh.
don't like where this is going. And it actually tied to what I think the overall problem in this series of movies is, which is that Harry Potter is amazing and magical and fun
Mm-hmm.
because it like opens you up to a whole other world. It like, plays with your inner child. If you're an actual child, you're like, oh my God, this is so cool. This isn't fun. This is upsetting.
Yeah.
This is just all deeply upsetting. It's grown-ups dealing with like the Democrats and the Nazis. It's just sad and fucked up. You like, this isn't a good thing to watch. It's a bummer.
The least you can do, if you're going to put Nazis in a movie, the least you can do is have Harrison Ford punch them.
Yes.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Which I think Mads Mikkelsen understood, which is why he did that next Indiana Jones. We literally have a president in this movie giving a speech about the peaceful transition of power. That is an
Yes.
actual phrase.
They use the phrase.
This is why JK's a fucking hack. She literally just copies and pastes from news headlines and then replaces a couple of names. Because it is literally things like that. Like, yeah, all voices need to be heard. And then this dumb fuck, I know he turns out to be like rigging the whole thing.
Yeah.
But he says about Grindelwald, if he gets his wish, he won't destroy the world to destroy our... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong thing. He says, the woman says that. She
Yeah.
says, if he gets his wish, he won't just destroy their world, he'll destroy ours as well. And then this dipshit says, which is why he cannot win. Let him stand as a candidate. Let the people vote. And when he loses, the people will have spoken. I'm
Humor is now legal on Twitter.
like, that's exactly what I thought. I thought of Nathan. But it's just like, you're not even trying to mask the subtlety. You were
No.
literally just copying and pasting. And it's so fucking boring. It's boring because not only have I seen this happen in the real world, but then you put it in a world with fucking wizards and shit and fantastic beasts.
Right.
And I'm still bored to tears.
And they're not even invested in this scene because they're there for long enough for the speech about we should pardon Grindelwald. And then all of a sudden, Lally is like, hey, Jacob, we gotta go. There's way too many fucking Germans here.
This had the same problem. Like, do you remember in what was the last movie called? Who fucking cares?
The Crimes of Grindelwald, right?
Oh my God, the crimes that are negated in the in this movie. Yeah,
Right.
the crimes where they show up to that Nazi rally and they're just kind of walking through the crowd
Yeah.
of enemies as if nothing will happen. The same thing happened here where
Yes.
they're just walking through a crowd of people going at, like, they're walking towards that one woman. Your chief of police, just arrest her. Like, why are you just like walking towards her and making eye contact? What is this?
Well, because the police can't ever do anything, Jenny. I don't know if you've looked around into the real world. The police can't do a fucking thing, apparently.
True.
They also just don't do anything directly. Like, Newt has been sent to talk to Vogel, the outgoing prime minister or whatever, the mugwump, and he goes over to him and grabs his shoulder and he says, hey, Dumbledore sent a message for you. Just do the right thing, man. Like, he can't just say, don't pardon Grindelwald. He's got to be cryptic about that, too.
It's so fucking lazy. And then while this is happening, we forgot to mention they were on a train.
Yes.
And it was Newt and everybody else.
A beautiful train.
Great train.
Jacob goes straight to the minibar. My man.
Yep.
And they have this discussion. They're like, so what's the plan? Grindelwald can see into the future, sort of.
Yeah.
So if we plan something, he'll see it coming. They're like, I know we'll have no plan. And that's the best plan. Everyone's
Several
like,
overlapping plans.
yeah. And then like they say that they're going to send this one guy whose sister died at the hands of Grindelwald last movie.
Yeah.
I had no idea what he was doing there.
I mean, just absolutely no fucking way Grindelwald's like, yeah, bring him into the team. No,
Yeah.
not happening.
Well, they try to play it off like, oh, Dumbledore, he says to Grindelwald, Dumbledore sent me here to spy on you. He goes, okay, so you're going to join my crew? Well, I guess you won't need that member of your sister anymore. And then just yoinks that shit out of his skull.
Just so fucked.
I love the way Mads plays that, though, because he pulls the memory out and then just sort of flicks it off to the side. Like, it does not matter to him.
Dude, in the wide shot, you can kind of see him wipe his wand off on his pant leg.
Yes.
It fucking gets me every time.
It's great.
That guy gets no retribution in this movie.
No.
That dude just doesn't remember his sister by the end of the movie that this Nazi killed.
He helps knock out some guys at one point. That's it.
Okay.
Which, by that point, if the memory of his sister's gone, does he even know why he's on the good team?
He doesn't even know why? He's like, why the fuck am I in China right now?
He doesn't know why he is.
You know what? He has the same memory that I do of the last movie, which is none.
Right. He's like, I know this is important, but I cannot be fucked to figure out why. My favorite moment on the train is when Newt's brother is just like listing all of their character traits. He's like, okay, well, we got a muggle, we got a charms teacher, we got an anthropologist. So what? We're some kind of suicide squad.
Yeah. But then while this is all happening, Jude Law shoots a load onto Ezra Miller's face in the streets.
Sure does.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
spits a little snowflake at him.
Huh?
He calls him a little snowflake too under his breath.
He does.
They fight in the mirror world from Doctor Strange, and it's basically like Dumbledore saying, "Hey, Credence, you're actually a Dumbledore. Your dad kind of sucks.
You're actually a Dumbledore."
He's the unfortunate son.
Applaud yourself, JT. Applaud yourself, bud.
Okay.
I'm so mad at you. I'm so mad at myself for not thinking about it.
Damn it.
It was right there. It was right there.
Well, what's crazy is because wasn't like the big reveal in the last movie was like, you're actually a Lestrange. And then at the end of the movie, he's like, you're Dumbledore's brother. And then in this movie, no, you're Dumbledore's nephew. It's just like, who fucking cares?
It's so fucking dumb. I don't give a shit about this character.
It's just made up as they go along.
And so Mads Mikkelsen takes the Cheelin, cuts its fucking throat, puts it in this Lazarus pit, like you said, Nathan, brings it back from the dead.
Yeah.
And then he's upset that he figures out that there was a twin.
Right.
And so he tells Credence, you got to go find this twin. In the meantime, one of the members of Newt's crew goes to this guy who can replicate suitcases. And she says, I need 5 suitcases exactly like this.
But you can't look inside. You can't. But then later on, the suitcase works exactly like Newt's.
No fucking sense.
This is exactly, I think, Deathly Hallows Part 1, where they all disguise themselves to look like Harry Potter.
Right.
To fly him to wherever. Like,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Where do you think they learned that trick?
They are so out of ideas. It's so fucking funny.
But there's a bit here where they find out Theseus has been arrested and taken to a black site prison that has not publicly operated for like 40 years.
But also Newt can just go in.
He just walks up and says, hey, I'm gonna go visit my brother. And the guy's like, well, all right.
To be fair, a white man walks into Guantanamo Bay. They're not gonna ask too many questions.
I hate that joke.
But you know what? You know why that scene was good? Because the Niffler was there.
The Niffler doing the most.
I do like the Niffler. The Niffler rules. But yeah, the best thing about this scene where they go to this prison is this scorpion creature thing that, like, anything that makes a noise, it just rips down and then shoots out a skeleton. That fucking rules.
It was good.
Great.
Not for kids.
+1 star to this movie for this scene. And not only that, not only do they spit out a skeleton, but it's a goopy boy too. It's covered in slime. That part rules. So Newt goes to this prison. He brings the suitcase with him. And they're like, you got to keep your wand, your suitcase, everything here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want one time in these movies for Newt to be like, oh shit, oh fuck, I forgot to poke holes in the suitcase. Oh my fucking God. And then like just once.
He turns the suitcase over and 80 dead animals come out.
Just plop out onto the fucking floor.
It's like his locked car at the grocery store.
Don't worry, the Niffler, the AC is on and the Niffler is listening to his favorite tunes.
God. I thought the Niffler would have came into play at some point in the end with the blood troth thing.
Yeah.
The Niffler fixed everything in the last movie. He just, why are you making him work so hard?
Because I want him. He's the best part of the movie. I wanted to do something.
He's just a baby. He's just a baby.
Because this movie is called Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, that's why I want.
It's not. No, it's not. If you look at the title, Secrets of Dumbledore is much bigger. So that's how you can tell that that's the point.
So here's a question I have. The last movie was called The Crimes of Grindelwald, which I feel like this movie is putting crimes in quotation marks.
Yes.
But
Pudding.
what are the secrets of Dumbledore?
He gay.
He gay.
He gay.
That's it?
He seems pretty open about that, though. I
Yeah.
don't think that's the secret.
I guess the blood pact.
But we knew that in the last movie, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
He killed his sister.
And then he doesn't know if he killed his sister. He said, I might have. I don't know.
Who fucking knows, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm pure of heart because I don't know if I did it.
His secret is that he loves Hitler.
True.
It's not that he's gay. It's like that's really embarrassing.
That is, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Being gay, not embarrassing. Loving Hitler?
Yeah.
Loving Hitler so much that the Blood Pact knows that you would never betray Hitler? That's embarrassing. I would want that a secret.
So you're telling me that the allegory here is Grimes is Dumbledore.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I wrote that as one of my notes coming up, so thanks.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. I genuinely have no more notes until the election scene. Does anyone have anything we could go over?
Newt's assistant definitely wants to fuck him, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just double checking.
Who is Newt's assistant?
Bunty Broadacre, one of the greatest names of all time.
Oh, she's the woman that makes the duplicates of the suitcase, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And not much else.
My note is, what a magical world of bureaucracy.
Uh-huh.
Why are the kids lugging around those heavy trunks at Hogwarts if the suitcase technology exists?
Right.
I feel like Hogwarts hates children because there's a lot of times where kids get almost murdered or maimed and no one gives a shit.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Well, it's Great Britain. They hate children.
Wait, was Credence dying like a thing before the end of this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Wait, really?
I don't fucking remember me.
Is he dying?
Because he was like the Obscurus in the first
Oh,
one. And
right.
yeah, there's a
Oh,
bit
they
where-
say multiple times throughout this movie, like, oh, he's dying. What's the fucking joke from Bob Odenkirk?
She's beautiful, but he's dying.
Also, at the end of the movie, when before Dumbledore and Credence appear, the Phoenix shows up and it just shits on Grindelwald's face.
Yeah, it does.
And he just like wipes it off. He's like, huh, that's weird. Like, no, dude, fucking Phoenix just pooed on you. Like, what's happening?
I guess we did miss a bigger part, which is that Dumbledore gives Jacob a quote unquote wand,
Right.
which is just like a cool stick.
Right.
And to be fair, a cool stick is important to fellas.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool stick.
Cool sticks, man.
It's a cool stick.
It's for confidence.
It is.
They sell those cool sticks at Universal Studios for $60 whole. So,
Yeah.
you know what? That's a nice gift.
I have Sirius Black's cool stick somewhere here in the room.
Wait, Nathan, do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Because mine's sitting right next to me. I also have Sirius's.
Hell yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, you guys want to play with your cool sticks just like Grindelwald and Dumbledore?
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll cross our little sticks. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you wanna put on suits and go get tea?
Yes. I'll spit a snowflake at you. I don't even fucking care at this point.
Woo-hoo! Boy, we go into the mirror dimension.
Dumbledore gives Jacob this stick and he's like, this is your wand. It totally works. And then they end up going to some dinner. Basically, it's supposed to look like an assassination attempt, but this guy's famous for being a non-wizard,
Yes.
right? Like everybody says every time, well, as a muggle, this guy.
Right, and they should all know that he can't do magic,
Yeah.
even if he has a wand.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how that works.
Not even if he could do magic. The fact is, it's a room full of wizards.
Right.
Can none of them pick up that Jessica Williams is doing the magic? Like, can they not see that it's not like they're in a room full of muggles. They're in a room full of people who know magic.
Yep.
They all just run away instead.
Jessica Williams also foils an actual assassination attempt by like throwing this little jar of acid away from one of the other candidates.
Oh my God, I know.
And no one reacts to that.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
And then the headline in the newspaper the next day, Theseus says out loud, wow, Jacob tried to murder Grindelwald. And then they do not discuss it. Nope. Nobody talks to each other about it.
They're like, well, I guess. I mean, he really loves Queenie. And even though he's like, you have to free her. And I'm like, she's not being held.
No.
She willingly went in the last movie and then stayed with him, which again, I don't understand.
Bro, she's ignoring you.
She's ignoring you. And also, she can read everyone's thoughts.
Yes.
She knows what his plan is. And she knows that he wants to commit a genocide.
Yeah.
And she's on board.
Yep.
Just like, I'm so sorry that you love Ava Braun, but like, you love Ava Braun.
I could not get.
Do not cry for her, Argentina. I know that's Ava Perón, but still.
That's Ava Braun.
I could not give a shit about their wedding at the end of the movie. I was
Oh
like, I
my
don't give
God.
half a shit.
In all caps, my notes were, is he marrying a Nazi?
And the fact that like they go back to Hogwarts and Dumbledore is like, this is great. Nothing went to plan, which means the plan is working. Anyway, things are way worse now. Grindelwald's running for office.
I was furious at the line, nothing went to plan, which means it went according to plan. I was like, I've wished Zaslav on this podcast so many terrible things. I'm
Sure.
now equally wishing on J.K. Rowling.
He literally is like, anyway, now that we've accomplished our hour and 40 minutes of side quests, let's do the actual movie.
Now that we've reached our designated time frame that we had to meet before we could actually get to the real movie, here we go.
Now that we've seen Grindelwald crowd surf, let's get to the plot.
That rules.
And then Aberforth is feeding the chillin', and he looks like he wants to kill it with hammers. Like, there's this look on his face that is just like, get this fucking thing out of my house.
I guess that's another thing too. Dumbledore's brother is like, there was rumors that I fathered a child. Turns out it's fucking Credence. Who couldn't connect those two dots?
We need to talk about Credence.
Then we go to China.
They're in Bhutan.
And we're having this election, which is, you know what? America can learn from the Wizarding World. They vote and have their election decided that night.
Right.
It's pretty great.
But I didn't understand. Are they all there together? Like, who are all the people that are there?
Yes.
There's like 300 people tops here. And I'm like, that's it?
Yeah.
That's everybody that has special powers in this world? And also, they vote by fireworks, which seems like incredibly incompetent and like a very difficult way to accumulate how many votes people got.
Oh, that's the thing. They ignore the statute of secrecy in this movie constantly. Like, they're just openly doing magic everywhere.
Could you imagine a husband and wife go to vote for this? They both shoot off their wands on who they're going to vote for. And you see a one yellow come out and then one green come out. They're going to have a very difficult conversation when they get home for dinner.
That apparition home's going to be awkward.
You get your own flu network.
Ladies, your vote is private, except in this fucking world, which your husband has to know right then and there who you're voting for.
It's the 1930s. Could women vote?
Right.
You are
Damn,
absolutely
touche.
correct. You're absolutely right.
It's like walking into the courthouse and then firing off a pop gun with a MAGA flag on it. Like, that's like what it
But like the thing about this chillin' is it's so fucking dumb. So again, Grindelwald's plan is I'm going to take this one that I killed and I brought back to life through necromancy.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it bow to me so I become the elected leader.
But he's going to revive it, and so it votes for him, but he's not going to ensure it lives more than 30 seconds after that.
When that thing starts limping around, it's just like, like
It's like a deadite.
yeah, this is normal.
Can you do that again?
Like, literally, the dude from Dark holds it up, and he's like...
The dude from Dark?
Yeah, the dude from Dark.
Yeah.
Holds it up, he's like, this is the true one, and it just dies immediately. It's like, well, that was fucking convenient.
It's so fucking funny.
It's like a Simpsons gag, man.
I lost my mind. But also, we're taking for granted the fact that we've spent this episode talking about how the chillin' works, when in reality, we are 85 minutes into the movie when Newt Scamander explains what a chillin' is.
Mhm.
That's the first time we hear what it is called.
Well, it's chilling, it's killing, it's, it's vibing, man.
yeah, it's vibing.
But the dumbest fucking thing is that it doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't decide the election. It's just an endorsement. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And as we've come to realize, endorsements don't fucking mean shit unless they're backed by $400 million.
They don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
All of these people, all of these wizards that were following, that were like cool with Hitler and to begin with Wizard Hitler to begin with,
Yeah.
they're going to look at that, they're going to be like, well, that one's dead too. Like, what?
Let's hear what the Taylor Swift deer has to say.
Like, what the fuck?
How do you also prove that this thing is a twin? Because that's their whole...
A twink?
Yeah, a twink. They're like, this twink chilling.
What did you say?
A twin.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a twin.
Wait, question. Do you think Teenage Dumbledore was a twink?
Yes.
Ooh.
Right?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man's still carrying around his jewelry, yes.
Uh-huh.
They will find a way, mark my words, to do another prequel. And it'll be like, it's Timothy Chalamet as fucking Dumbledore.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
god.
Uh-oh.
I will burn every theater to the fucking ground.
The complete dumb known.
Oh man. And then if the real world's taught me anything, it's that no one would seemingly give a shit that Grindelwald gets proven to have cheated and then still not win the election anyway. Like,
Mhm.
No, he would. They wouldn't care. No one would get. That's what I'm saying. This is not a movie that's like fun or charming. It's a bummer.
Grindelwald literally did kill a person at Fifth Avenue and then they still voted for him.
Yeah.
He didn't lose a single vote. Oh, it's fucking... I mean, I get it's Mads Mikkelsen. He is a charming, attractive son of a bitch.
He
but,
sure
like,
is.
Boy,
Honestly, like... Never mind, go on.
I know, I can see you're upset, David.
I was just about to talk about how hot Mads Mikkelsen is, but we don't have time.
He's so fucking hot.
Like around this, I was like, is this fucking play about us? On the nose. I was like, men would rather tear down a city and try to kill everyone and like ruin an election than just have a conversation about how, like, maybe we shouldn't have made this blood pact. Like, maybe we got together when we were really young for one summer and it was like really hot and heavy, but
Tell me more. Like, does he have a wand?
If I had a Call Me By Your Name summer with Mads Mikkelsen, I too would probably be upset as Dumbledore is in this movie.
Honestly, yeah.
Men will literally become wizard Nazis rather than go to therapy.
Uh-huh.
well, truly, but the way way that that Dumbledore's like, oh, we talked about how we were going to change the world and everything was going to be different. And I'm
You should have killed me when you had the chance, Charles.
what were those conversations like? Because it really, I mean, it's very obvious what Mads Mikkelsen's, what Grindelwald is after. So,
Right.
Dumbledore, what were these conversations where you were like, yeah, we're going to change the world? How?
He was cum drunk. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
He was. He said he was.
He said he was.
He said those words.
He said, I was cum drunk. I killed my sister. So weird.
How is this movie PG-13?
DC must have watched the director's cut.
Yeah.
It is funny you bring that comparison up, Nathan, because this is just a Magneto and Professor Xavier relationship.
Yeah, it is.
Again, she's a fucking hack. But anyways, the end of the movie, or at least this climax, is they have this election. Turns out everyone could see that this fucking deer thing is dead.
Mhm.
And so the plan to duplicate all these suitcases works because Newt gets there with the real one,
Mhm.
or I guess Bunty does.
Yeah, Bunty does.
Hands it to him. The real deer thing falls out. It bounces to Dumbledore, and he goes, "Oh fucking no way! Do I want?"
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no thanks.
And this little guy is prancing around. It's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen.
He is. He's like, well, who's number 2 here?
And also the chillin' is there.
And then it bows to Santos, who has not spoken a word, I don't
Nope.
think, in this movie. And
Nope.
they're
That's
like,
insane. We don't know what is her platform.
What are her policies? She's nice.
Yeah, she's nice, but maybe she also is pro pure blood, but
Right.
she just doesn't want to kill. What the fuck?
I don't know. My note literally says, boy, am I glad, checks note, Santos became the new leader.
I had to look it up on Wikipedia. I had no idea who her name was. And then I was like, oh, that's who they were chanting for. Cool.
I didn't know what it was either because, again, they don't give these characters time to do anything. In a 2.5-hour movie, we can't let Santos, the woman, speak.
2.5 hours movie. Can't have a single speak. Can't have a single speak.
Yep.
Can't speak.
And everyone was cheering for him 2 seconds ago. But the second that Santos is elected, everyone's like, fucking kill him. Shoot him. Shoot him.
This is a mob mentality as defined.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, although at the same time, if we've learned, I feel like that is really common for the Wizarding world.
Yes.
They, if you think about how they believed Rita Skeeter in the later movies,
Right.
they immediately believe her.
Immediately.
They're not very
Wait
bright.
a minute. I don't remember a character named Rita Skeeter.
Yeah.
There's not that many wizards, and they're all very bloodlines and purebloods are very important. There gotta be some inbreeding there.
God, I hope so.
Oh no, I mean they say in the books that a lot of the pure blood families inbred and shit. Anyway.
Oh yeah, the Malfoy family tree is a flagpole.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's the royal family. Yeah.
I do like the little fight between Dumbledore and Grindelwald we get for 10 seconds.
I guess.
But then they just let him go.
Yeah.
They just let him
He
leave.
gets to escape in a bubble like he's the fucking the good witch from Wizard of Oz.
This is what he went up in a fucking because he's a princess. He
Yeah.
was in a fucking bubble, Doug.
He is a princess.
Yeah, safety bubble.
But no, this made me so mad because the whole movie, the idea is that Albus cannot cast a spell against Grindelwald.
And then he does.
Yeah, wait, can someone explain it to me what happens? Because
Nope.
I didn't understand. I know he explained it, but I didn't get it.
Grindelwald does the killing curse without saying an incantation.
Yeah.
Albus shoots a lightning bolt because no one actually says spells in this movie. We're about to see on the screen Yusuf casting earthquake against all these bad guys.
And it's super effective. Yeah.
And somehow he's not only able to cast this spell and deflect the killing curse, but the fact that Dumbledore says he was trying to kill, I was trying to defend, and somehow that broke the blood spell. I guess it was fate.
Whatever.
That's what he says.
What the fuck ever, JK.
That's not your entire... No.
I yelled, fuck you at my screen, and I don't normally do that.
And then, Grindelwald literally just escapes. He just gets away.
Yeah, he gets in his safety bubble and just fucking pimps off.
Yeah.
And Santos becomes the new leader, whatever that means. I don't know.
This bit made me laugh really hard because Newt is just sitting there with his suitcase and he's like, man, I miss Tina. And Bunty's like, I fucking love you so much.
You're absolutely right. Bunty is thirsty for some Newt.
Oh, I forgot this scene where they feel each other's heartbeats.
Oh,
my
God, it's so gay, and
I was like, this is so gay.
it's so hot.
That stops an entire fight.
Yeah.
I love that moment.
Just kiss.
That is really good.
I genuinely love that moment a lot.
Just fucking kiss. I just want them to kiss. That's all I want.
Oh, but also, wait, why does anyone listen to Credence when he shows up at the end and is like, no, the deer is dead? Like, why would the public listen to him?
Everyone's just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, like, everyone's saying
Is that the Flash?
If you watch that scene, like, Newt is being held back by the Nazi supporters
Yeah.
and then suddenly rushes up to Credence, and I'm like, well, how'd you get out?
Yeah.
And if you could have done that, why didn't you do that before?
Plot armor.
Mhm.
Well, it's just kind of like how Santos is standing behind Grindelwald during his whole speech,
Yeah.
but then when the little deer goes to find her, she's in the back
She's in
of
the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then Jacob just offhandedly is like, it's so cool we got Queenie back. And I'm like, what do you mean? she's a Nazi.
I don't know, man. But then we cut back to is it Brooklyn? We go back to the bakery shop.
Sure, yeah.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn looks great.
And then Mally, this is your movie. What happens?
Hey, I'm baking here.
What happens here at the end?
Jacob marries a Nazi, which is why this movie qualifies for the show.
Uh-huh.
And then Tina, what the fuck's her name?
Yeah, sure.
She shows up for SAG day rate.
Yeah.
And then Dumbledore's like, I'm here, but I'm not going in. Bye. And then the movie ends.
Yeah. He literally is like, I'm not coming to your fucking wedding.
Like, dude, you traveled all the way to Brooklyn and you're not going to, like, I don't know, go get a cupcake? Like, what the fuck?
No, he's got to walk down this snow-covered street for 45 seconds.
What if he's the only one that he's like, are you not coming in? He's like, no, she's a Nazi.
Yes!
Like, y'all not to see
You guys have learned nothing.
Great into the movie.
Albus swears to track down Grindelwald because these movies are not about Newt Scamander, is
Nope.
my last note.
They sure the fuck aren't.
Well, fortunately, he won't get the chance because they're not making more.
Mm-mm.
That is so fucking funny to me that we're never going to get an ending to this story.
I want to hit the
It's
silver
so
lining
funny.
button so bad.
The one bummer is that, like, I want more of Jude Law and Mads Mikkelsen,
Sure.
especially, like, you know, like we read about it in the Harry Potter books, like the Dumbledore Grindelwald fight's considered like the best wizarding duel in all history. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to see that.
No, you don't.
I just don't want to see the rest, all the plot bullshit they're going to do to get there.
Yeah.
It's never going to live up to your expectations either. which-
It will not.
No, that's the sad thing.
There's also a moment here where like Newt is really nervous about giving the best man speech at Jacob's wedding to a Nazi.
Oh my God, I know.
And I could not give a shit less.
Theseus says, well, you can't be nervous about a speech after saving the world. And I'm like, he didn't.
He didn't do a
didn't.
fucking thing.
He didn't do anything.
And even when Dumbledore says, thank you, Newt, and he's like, for what?
Yeah,
Good question. He's
Yeah.
like, you know, whatever, I couldn't have done this without you. Why not?
for
Like,
bringing me my luggage.
Yeah, it's like you carried a suitcase down a street and like you tripped once.
You got spunk, kid.
Oh no, you had to dance with some crabs. Get the fuck over it.
That shit goes on forever. Him dancing with these fucking crabs. Oh my God.
again, switching between that and the white supremacist rally.
Yeah.
Totally, what are we doing here? Like, who is this for?
No, it was a bold editing choice.
Sure was. Why don't we hop over to Prop Cop if no one's got anything else? Any other notes?
Fine.
So if you're new to this show, we like to end every episode by talking about the props in the movie, and we each are going to take one for ourselves. Just a cool prop to own in real life. Mally, it's your movie, so you get first pick. What prop do you want from this film?
At the dinner before Jacob apparently tries to assassinate Grindelwald, a waiter walks by with just the most fantastic looking lobster dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that. A little melted butter on the side.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
go.
Hell yeah. Jenny, you're our guest. What prop do you want?
I want the Niffler, obviously. Even though he's a character in himself.
I think you picked that on the last one too.
I did. No, last time I picked the magical suitcase. So if I already have the magical suitcase, I would like the Niffler because he's so cutie.
Put the Niffler in there.
Nice.
There you go. So it's just a Pokeball and a Pokemon. This is all we're doing with
Yes.
this fucking suitcase.
Yeah. Jenny's going to do her own Fantastic Beasts.
I want because in this wizarding world, like posters and paintings and everything are animated. I want the fucking animated poster of the wizard riding the unicorn shooting lightning that they have at that dinner.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's fucking rad as shit.
Hell yeah.
That looked good.
I thought that was Merlin.
It might be.
Could be.
Nathan, what do you want?
I want one of those teacups that float behind you when you're walking around at a party. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like that would make my life so much easier.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one. That's a really good one.
Your hands will be free for other party activities.
Hell yeah,
Ayo.
brother.
JT?
So I don't know if it's the same painting, but there's also one with a dragon
Yep.
flying above him.
Yep. It's 2 different paintings. I saw that one.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's talk about bit parts.
Yep.
That's the voters at the election talking about Grindelwald. So bit part, there are a ton of minor characters in this movie. There's a ton of just little extras that don't even have lines of dialogue, including Santos, apparently.
Uh-huh.
Technically, you could pick Santos.
You really could. Which character should we play? And I'll go ahead and give you mine. I'm going to pick the guy that's in that Blackgate prison
Uh-huh.
that gets sucked down into the abyss by the scorpion creature and then spit up as a fucking skeleton. I want to be that guy.
Hell yeah.
JT, who are you going to be?
The guy that gets bodied by the bunch of pastries that come out of the suitcase that just flies by.
Death
by pastry, hell yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Mally?
I want to be the Norwegian Minister of Magic because that's the best mustache I've ever fucking seen in my life.
That was my number 2. I'm glad someone got to pick him.
See, I thought someone might pick him, so my second choice was the elf conductor.
Oh, God,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah.
We're going to show one elf in this movie, and guess what? He's still a slave. We're
Yep.
gonna show that. Nathan, who are you playing?
In the sequence where Newt gets knocked out during the political rally, the second he falls down, there is a Nazi behind him with the biggest, goofiest smile I've ever seen in my life.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
And so I want to be that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
And I'm sorry that file name is Cute Nazi.
Oh my god.
I don't know how that got there.
Nathan got hacked again.
You know, as someone who used a picture of Jared Kushner for a Hear Me Out recently, I get
Wow.
it. Sometimes the Nazis are cute.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's a huge hear me out.
What a bold thing to admit on the show. Fucking an hour in, Jenny. What a bold thing to admit to.
Jesus Christ.
There's just one photo where he looks great.
Sure.
This just became a different podcast.
Even a broken Nazi can look good twice a day. Jenny, who do you want to be?
I would like to be just literally any of those kids hanging at Hogwarts. They
Yeah.
seem really happy.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it's like the eve of war, but at that point in time, you know, Voldemort hasn't taken over. Like, it's just, life's good then.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, make Hogwarts great again.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Jenny, I didn't know you were Maha. Which that's Jessica Williams' accent in the movie.
Man, see?
Yeah.
I want to throw out one alternate. When they go to try to find where Theseus is, they go to like the home office for the Aurors, and they talk to this guy in the office who's like the most British man in the film. He's like, no, I don't know where he is.
Yeah, yep.
We don't have any record of him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we didn't take him at all. Not like that's happening now.
Who's she?
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we gotta do it. We gotta give you guys a silver lining to the Secrets of Dumbledore. Any volunteers?
I'll go.
Okay.
I have 2, but the first one is, in this world, seeing an elected official do something highly illegal is apparently enough to change people's minds and hearts.
All right. Let me cross that one out. That's one of mine.
And 2, one day I'll be dead and I'll never have to think about J.K. Rowling again.
Oh, the sweet release. I can't wait.
Nice.
Mally, what's your silver lining?
The Dumbledore family fucked.
He's letting that bloodline stay active. I'll give you that for sure. Wow.
Talk about a Horcrux, am I right?
JT?
I guess Credence got to have a relationship with his dad.
Sure.
Yeah. Or like Order of the Penis, am I right?
Oh my god.
For like 30 seconds, he gets to have a relationship with his dad. Because remember, he's dying.
Well, dying. He's not dead.
True.
It should have ended with like the subtitle from the Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, where it's like he died 2 seconds after this performance.
Oh, God. Jenny, what's your silver lining?
I mean, I'm assuming that after this, that Chillin is going to have like a really nice life
I hope.
in the suitcase or in his, like in the zoo that he carries around with him. Like,
If Newt remembers to poke holes in that thing.
Give me that fucking suitcase.
yeah, like they're going to really take care of him
Yeah.
because much like Puxatawny Phil, they got to trot him out every time there's an election.
Sure. I had a couple. I'll tell you what my official one is right here. Even if it's only in the wizarding world, a woman became essentially president.
Yeah.
So if we can't get that in real life, I guess I'll take it in this fucking movie.
Hell yeah.
And then my second one was, for once, a recount actually happened and worked out best for everyone. Oh my God. Okay, well, let's say this. Let's say if you're still upset that the fucking Nazi leader got away,
Sure.
and then one of them gets...
Grindelwald's the scariest guy I've ever seen in my fucking life.
and that one of them got fucking married to a hero of the movie. And you need a movie to work as a double feature. We're going to give you one as a pick-me-up.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! God, it always hits.
It hits.
It fucking rips. What is a movie people should watch after they watch The Secrets of Dumbledore? I'm going to go ahead and give you mine right now. I picked another movie where, much like The Chillin', something is brought back from the dead and ultimately defeats a bunch of creeps, much like this deer does. And I'm going to go with RoboCop.
Hell yeah.
A better anti-fascist movie than this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mally, what are you watching?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with another movie about like British people in love. So fucking Notting Hill.
Great
Okay, I was
movie.
not expecting that. All right.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Nathan?
I feel supreme guilt watching anything with J.K. Rowling's name on it. So
I was going to say, is it white supreme guilt? Because I don't think that's the right way.
to battle her turfness herself, I would say follow this up with Kiki or Paris is Burning or any documentary about the trans and drag community to wash out the taste of her work.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, I don't feel guilty at all that I pirated this movie. JT, what are you watching?
Any other Harry Potter movie than the Fantastic Beasts movie, but Deathly Hallows Part 2. It always slaps.
That's a great one.
See, I prefer part one.
I love part one.
Yeah.
Well, Nathan, you and I are biased because
The Nick Cave song.
part one has a Nick Cave needle drop. So
It's
like
the best scene in the entire franchise.
It really is.
It's so good.
I like them both, much like I like TMNT 1 and 2. I like them both for separate reasons, but I like them both as well.
Then Toka and Raz are in part 2.
They sure are.
And just anytime there's a show or a movie with a Nick Cave needle drop, me and Nathan immediately text one another. It's like, bro, you gotta check this out.
Daredevil rips. Oh no, never mind. It's not great, but there's a Nick Cave song in it.
Yeah.
Jenny, what movie are you going to watch after The Secrets of Dumbledore?
Well, I would say I would preface by saying, like, after watching this, like, I don't know, maybe go donate to like some mutual aid for a trans person in your community.
Hell yeah.
Give to the Trans Law Defense Center, like,
The Trevor Project.
Yeah.
do something, because like truly fuck J.K. Rowling.
Sure.
Mhm.
I wouldn't.
Pass, but keep going.
Wouldn't. So brave.
I had three for this. So another Jude Law movie where he's like super dreamy, The Holiday.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Wow.
For like fun gay people, Fire Island.
Yes.
That's like a fun gay movie instead of this bummer gay movie.
Okay.
And then only because I just watched it the other day and I'd forgotten she was in it, but to like watch Catherine Waterston show up in, again, probably an afternoon role, but really good, Logan Lucky, where they do, another kind of a heist, but one that makes sense.
Wow, Jenny's planning a marathon.
I
Hell yeah.
know.
Okay.
I love it.
Goddamn.
This really bumped me out. More than anything, if you watch this movie, if you were excited to watch this movie and you're like upset by it, go touch some grass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just go the fuck outside.
Some great advice.
Read a book, not one of hers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And also, if we're going to be doing marathons, then I'm going to throw one more in here and say, if you want a movie with some actual fucking wizards in it, how about The Return of the King?
Yeah.
Because-
I just saw that for the first time.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm going Two Towers on that, bro.
Well, I try not to recommend a movie we've done.
I did not like that one. I just watched that for the first time too. That was also a bummer.
You didn't like The Two Towers?
They just seem to walk so much.
They do
and
walk
where
a
are they
lot.
going?
There's a lot of walking.
Shitty.
Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep.
Like they make such bad time.
No, stop. Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep.
Okay, here. Watch The Wizard
There
with
you
Fred
go.
Savage and Jenny Lewis.
And then I'm going to ask a question I already know the answer to, but I have to ask, do we recommend this film?
Fuck you.
Listen, if you really, really want to watch Fantastic Beasts and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Gerhard Grindelwald, you can, but you shouldn't.
No.
I knew Nathan would appreciate that one.
Good stuff.
JT, what about you? Do you recommend it?
No!
Okay. No, I don't recommend it in any capacity. Not in a marathon, not in as a curio.
If you want to watch some Fantastic Beasts, just smoke a bowl and watch Planet Earth instead.
There you go. There you go.
And maybe hold a sparkler to feel magical. I don't know.
Oh, I love that plan.
Like, at some point during this movie, my boyfriend goes, I'm not even paying attention. And even I know this movie sucks. Like, what are you doing?
Here's a question, though. Is this worse or better than Crimes of Grindelwald?
Worse.
Yeah.
I think it's worse.
The other one had Zoe Kravitz.
True, but this one's got Jude Law and Mads Mikkelsen playing off each other. And I think even though that opening scene, just watch that and then shut it off. And that's so good.
Yeah.
It's so worth it.
So hot.
That's true. At least it's not Johnny Depp just doing whatever he wants
Yeah.
at all times.
Just fucking around for an hour.
Well, they let him do whatever he wants at all times anyway.
Yeah, they
That's
sure
true.
do.
Yeah, especially legally.
And that is The Fantastic Beasts, The Secret of Dumbledore. If you want more of our show, check out our Patreon. What, Nathan?
How many times have you almost said Secret of the Ooze?
You know what? It's a Freudian slip at this point, because I do want to say...
Because I've said it here like twice. I'm like I watched Secret of the Ooze today, and Ashley's like, again?
I do want to say, if you are a member of our Patreon, which again, 7-day free trial, puts only $1 a month after that, our Secret of the Ooze episode drops tomorrow. So you can get this episode of the show if you're listening to it the day it comes out, and then tomorrow you can get the Secret of the Ooze, where, man, we had a lot of fun talking about that one. But you can get that Patreon at patreon.com/Silver Linings Playlist, not to mention all of the back episodes of the show that we've done, like Show Guys and things like that. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and leave feedback wherever you're listening to us right now. You can find us on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Lemonade. And guess what? Not on the one that's run by Nazis. Go figure.
And tell us on Instagram who the main character is.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know what? Wherever you're listening to us, find our social media and just say, hey, by the way, the main character is blank for this movie.
We will not read it, but please, let us know.
No. Well, DC will read it and then maybe text the rest of us about it.
Yeah, if it's funny.
And then we'll make jokes at your expense.
There you go. If you want, you can check out our subreddit at reddit.com/r/Silver Linings Playlist and our website at TSLPpodcast.com. And one other thing I want to mention is our March/April Madness that is going to be dropping today on our Patreon, where we're giving you, the listener, the opportunity to vote on what the ultimate Silver Lining film is out of our first 200 episodes. So by the time this drops, we will have already released our 200th episode, and you get to vote which one is most deserving of having that title as the ultimate Silver Lining movie. So do that on our Patreon. Jenny, thank you so much for coming back on and talking Harry Potter and Wizarding World with us.
Thank you so much for having me where I wasn't token woman. And, really appreciate it. And congrats on almost 200 episodes. Thank you also for getting me through many a long commute.
You are absolutely welcome. And speaking of that,
oh god,
fellas, I have the result. We're talking about elections in this movie. I have the results here.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did the baby deer pick?
We gave you guys the choice on voting what our 200th episode will be. And I got to say, we had a pretty good turnout in terms of the voting. And so I will tell you, Mally, because you asked.
It was JT and Jenny, wasn't it?
I will tell you, the one that the Cheelid bowed to is JT, because he is the most pure out of all of us on the show. But
It's
also,
true.
here's the results, okay? All right, so we got to interrupt the episode real quick for a correction.
No.
Okay, my correction.
It's a fuck up. Call it what it is. It's a fuck up.
It's a grave miscarriage of justice.
You know what? Much like the election being rigged in Fantastic Beasts, it was not rigged.
Fucking knew it.
The chillin has spoken.
I made a grave mistake.
The second chillin has spoken.
Here's what happened. In the episode, you're not going to hear it now because I'm cutting it out and putting this in there instead.
Oh no, you leave it in. Leave it in.
Double it.
Yeah.
We announced that the winner of the 200th episode poll was 2001: A Space Odyssey.
A movie no one's ever heard of. No, I'm kidding.
Here was the problem. I added up all the results
incorrectly.
Exactly. In my attempt to expedite the process, I completely forgot the whole point of what we told the Patreon members, which is their votes equal 10 votes.
Yeah.
And I had initially only counted them as single votes. So that's my mistake.
Damn.
So you're an idiot.
I am an idiot and I forgot. I take full responsibility for this, but I have the actual results now. I went back and tallied them up.
Okay.
And I got to say, if this election was rigged in any way, it was rigged on Nathan's benefit.
It absolutely was not.
Well, here's what happened. So not only did your wife join the Patreon and back your choice for the 200th episode.
Hell yeah.
But she has been on the Patreon from the beginning.
That is
She's
fair.
listened to all of Show Guys. She's put in her dues.
That is fair.
Uh-huh.
I don't even think my wife knows we have a Patreon.
His wife.
Then Moss joined the Patreon.
Yeah.
And really, this was a coup, I feel like, because this happened in the same day.
How many fake emails did Moss join under?
So the winner of the poll,
Yeah.
I have the results right here for you. It is Back to the Future Part 2.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so just to be clear, I'm still dead last.
Dead last, but not far off. You only had 3 votes less than I did.
I gotta say, I'm Halloween Resurrection came pretty close to 2001, which is wild.
Pretty strong showing. Yeah.
It was the Patreon members. You know
Mhm.
why? Because you got a vote on the Patreon for Halloween. I got a vote on the Patreon for 2001. And then Nathan got like 3 votes for Back to the Future, which put him over the edge.
Now, if I may say, I do know that when Moss joined the Patreon, I said out loud to Ashley, "Oh, Moss just joined our Patreon. That's cool." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, I forgot to vote in that thing."
Mm.
And then they both voted within minutes of each other.
I felt like it was a coup. I'm like, Nathan is rigging this thing, but fair election.
Yeah, I'm cool as hell. I don't know what to tell you.
I concede. We are going to cover Back to the Future Part 2 as our 200th episode.
Hell
so
yeah.
Bravo.
Fantastic.
I am glad that the Patreon members know us so well that they pegged exactly who put up which movie.
There's literally a comment that's like, "I know Dustin really wants 2001." And then there was one that was just like, I feel like one person was like, "I know Mally picked Halloween."
They got us pegged for sure. So that's it. We're coming Back to the Future Part 2 for our 200th episode, and we can now resume the Fantastic Beast episode.
We could end it here. Like, there's
That's
not a
fine.
whole lot to talk about in the wizarding world.
There's not much going on at the end.
2 rigged elections in 1 episode. This is the second election I've been disappointed in 6 months.
And so, yeah, tune in next week for our 200th episode and the last episode before we take a little bit of a break so one of us can go get married.
Who?
Take a guess who it is.
Congrats, JT.
No.
Just no.
No.
You're next.
No.
All right. Well,
Try again.
thank you for listening, everyone. Tune in next week for our 200th episode.
I love my wife.
Rest in peace, Oatmeal.
His wife.
Not yet, you don't.
And as always,
I'm about to love my wife.
Can I get through the fucking ending of the show?
No, we're doing bits, Dustin.
We are somehow shorter than we were in the Friday the 13th Part 5 episode. I'm trying to get us out here at a reasonable time. Rest in peace, Oatmeal. And as always, get fucked, J.K. Rowling,
Yay.
David Zaslav, and everyone at Warner Brothers behind this putrid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, like, keep hiring me.
Yeah, keep hiring Mally, please. Give him a job.
Yeah, keep hiring some of us. Some of us are just saying, fuck J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, it's like, me and Jenny walking some thin lines on over here.
You just hear the hang up sound from Skype.
The aim door close sound effect.
Oh, boy.
The opinions reflected on Silver Linings Playbook do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the entire hosts and guests.
Well, now that I've finished recording, I can tell you guys, I loved this movie.
Jesus Christ, that was a long one. Anyway, if you're still here, thanks for listening. And remember, you can always check out our back catalog for over 100 episodes of the show. Like, subscribe, and leave feedback if you want. And tune in next week for another one. Laters!